Okay, we're going with number 7. And if I was doing it Forrest Fenn style, then number 7 would point to the blaze. Yay! Anyway, this is where the magic begins. I already said that. And the word value for magic is 33. So let's grab every banana while we can. So banana has a word value of 33. And, there was a scrapbook where they did a contest where the dogs were winning or competing for the best looking dog. And he won, and he wished everybody could have bananas. And I think it was 23 Kachina dolls or Kachina. Anyway, if you look up Kachinas, it has a word value of 66, and it's 23 Kachinas, and 23 has a word value of end, E-N-D, the end. Anyway, some of the word games here. So let's get on with this. Number 7. These are my opinions. They're my feelings. If they offend you, don't watch. Anyway, not to be annoying, but I'm kind of funny too. It's the way this world's gone. No, no, don't hurt my feelings. Grow up. Jeez. Oh, just my opinion. Sorry, everyone. Just had to throw it in. Hello. Okay, now we've made it to right here, number 3 and 15, and it has all these other numbers. Some of it, there's 3. 3 and 3 is 6, 15. 15 and 3 is 18. 15 and 15 is 30. 3 and 3 is 33. 15 and 3 is 18. 18 and 18 is 36. And then there's shoes on top, so you get 66. And then it's the end, and Forrest Fenn, he's both the Omegas, it's 79. And then we have 93s when he was born and 99 when he died. So there's our 99. So there's a quick rundown of some numbers up here at the top. They work similar on the rest of them. So we're up at the top with the grave marker here. These shoes right here actually go with the shoes in the back of the book, The Thrill of the Chase. Forrest Fenn's father is wearing these shoes in, I believe it's 1903, number 3 marker, and they are the exact type of shoes. So there's another one. And it just happens to be the 79th picture in the book. It just goes on and on and on. But now we're going to get back on track, explain a few more. Well, we're just going to keep on telling clues and why this is how it works, because Forrest Fenn gave way more clues to the very end than he did to get you to the cemetery. So we're going to go from there. So if you were to go into Too Far to Walk, chapter 15, which is this grave marker's number. Uh, it's called the Pretend Cannibals. Now, this is great. Cannibals are headhunters. Additionally, in Too Far to Walk, on page 3, there is a black widow. All right. And red. So, redneck, she cut his throat ear to ear. There's a lot of red there. Yeah, it's a little graphic, but hey, it's definitely good for a pirate story. I think it just fits in there. We've got skulls now and all sorts of great pirate imagery, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing. Used to want to be a pirate when I grew up, but then I figured, it's not a very good thing. Looting and killing and Anyway, but then look at me anyway. Anyway, we'll go from there. Each of these hints show that Forrest, the end involves blood or red. Forrest Fenn definitely gives an undertone of a pirate in his quest. Additionally, the shoes on the grave marker are, we already went over that. And there it here's some other things. The 5-year-old in that particular grave marker, his father was a wheelwright. So there are postage stamps throughout the thrill of the chase, and if you look closely, you will see that uh, 6 of the postage stamps have the date 1893, which is the year that the 5-year-old boy was born. And 5 is actually an end number to the omega, push a nickel under a grave marker. Anyway, and nickels are magic, and I don't know. There's a lot of references to the number 5 and the nickels and so forth. Lots of that. And this was the year. Uh, Anyway, look at the right frame of mind, and the posy marks are shown in the shape of a wheel. Not to mention all of the pictures of Forrest leaning on the wheel of his ammunition wagon or dealing with wagons. When you calculate out the word shoes, you get 66. Forrest ends most of his writings with an F, or FF, which has the letter value of 6. And, you could break, if it's just a F, then that would be a 3 and a 3. Or FF is 66, which would be the shoes, or 33 and 33. In Too Far to Walk, Forrest ends most of his chapters with a round red, red's important here, round red wax stamp with FF in the middle. And finally, Forrest writes about a grave marker he tipped over in My War for Me. The word value of marker just happens to be 66, which at that point I thought I was finished. After you find this, I found the slain boy's grave marker. I found the end, completely done. I even sent a picture to Forrest Fenn saying I found the end. But I was wrong again. I realized there are 2 ends. Of all the places, there are 2 omegas. It was time to think some more, and one day it occurred to me that if you mirror the graveyard and were to draw a line from the end of 33 to 3 or 15 omega and mirrored it, you get an X. The letter X is the only letter that is not in the poem. Forrest told searchers they had to be able to put an X on the map. This also achieves the double omega. So let's look at this. So here we are, and so we've shot across. This was the blaze. We took us down here, then we shot across using the blaze, and it gets us to here. And then, this is because it's mirrored. Actually, this is the pattern right here. Boom, boom, and boom. And that's on his belt buckle. And his blaze is the only one that's miscolored. It's a red stone in his turquoise belt buckle. Anyway, so if you mirror this, then you get X. Marks the spot, people. There it is. Right there. Yay! The X. Oh, okay. Just getting a little carried away. Anyway, my realization seemed like a no-brainer. I wasn't even looking for an X on the map, and yet there it was before my eyes, the exact spot. What a great finish to a pirate treasure hunt. You old pirate, Forrest Fenn. Anyway, there you have it, your X on the map. And I'm going to go even further because we're not done yet, people. If you were to take the poem and you were to line it up and you put an X on the poem, and the corners would spell idea. This is another hint to the graveyard being the blaze. So not only you have a blaze here, but this becomes the blaze, and this right here is where Forrest Fenn wanted to well, he becomes the blaze, he dies on top of his treasure because it goes further. And I came to this idea in 2019. I finished the chase in 2020, of course. In 2019, I sent Forrest Fenn an email, and I stated uh, that Yellowstone is his treasure chest, because it used to be an exact box, and then the items in Yellowstone become the treasures inside the treasure chest. And so, everybody's had the opportunity that went to Yellowstone to experience his treasure chest full of treasures. And anyway, and that goes into further things in the poem to solve, and I've just happened to have done that. But the graveyard, when you find this X, becomes the blaze, and you look down and there's all of Yellowstone. So basically, when Forrest says, I'd like to just walk out into the trees and some pine tree and throw myself on top of the chest, well, he could do that anywhere in Yellowstone, and he'd still be throwing himself on top of the chest. And he's going, my chest is wet. Well, of course, Yellowstone's wet. Anyway, it's just a word play, but it's a masterful one, because it's really hard to figure out what he was thinking, you know. Anyway, took a while. So we'll go from there. Oh, and never mind. We'll just go from there. So I really shouldn't mention Jack Stoof, but Jack Stoof is part of Forrest Fenn's plan. He's actually written into the book. He's part of the play. One man takes his place on the stage, and then another one comes along. Well, Forrest Fenn actually wrote Jack Stoof into the play. He's part of this production. So, but it's tricky because there's two Jacks. I'm Jack, the real finder, and he's Jack, the pretend finder, or the one protecting the Forrest Fenn estate, because they need it from me, unfortunately. Um, so I'm the one that damaged the blaze that Jack talks about, because I'm a force of nature. Anyway, I feel bad about it, and it's kind of a terrible thing if you think about it. But uh, I'm going to go on to my best of my ability and explain some more of this great treasure hunt that Forrest put together. I got my opinions about certain things that he should have done and maybe didn't do, and everybody's got their opinions about what I did, and man, we can get all bundled up in our opinions. But I'd just like to tell what went down to the best of my ability and from my point of view with my opinions. Anyway, hang on for the ride. It should be fun. I don't know. The ride's still going on, so keep your hands inside, and let's have a little fun at the end here, because that's where we're headed to.